fellas, I am going to do a quick one for you today. This is going to be on how to speed level or power level in Guild Wars 2. Now, I do not suggest doing this if you're on your first character. Yeah, if you're on your first character, just take your time through, enjoy the game, because leveling is not particularly hard. This is more for people who are, you know, 2, 3, 4 characters deep. I have about 1,500 hours, so I've been around the block a couple of times, and I could just like instant level some of my characters with Tomes of Knowledge, but I'm currently going through things very slowly to experience the story myself. But I know some people are MMO purists and they need to be max level to do all the in-game content, so I'm going to give you the sort of master class effectively on how to do exactly that. This is everything that I do for leveling my characters, or if anyone suggests to me how to level their characters. So I'm going to start from square one with my little level 32 ranger here. So first thing we're going to want to do is get ourselves some consumables. So we're going to go to the Black Lion Trading Company. Of course, if you're on free to play, you can't do this because apparently you can't use the trading marketplace. But if you aren't on free to play, the first thing I would suggest getting yourself is a set of bags. The basic 12 slaughters will work just fine for the most part. Those will run you 38 silver. If you go into inventory bags, you can look through those here, and you can just search via the numberings. You can buy yourself a set of those. Relatively cheap. Making gold in this game is not all that hard. There'll be more gold guides coming in the future, as well as there's already some gold guides on the channel as well, if you want to take a look at those, if you find yourself in need of money. But we would start off with getting the set of basic bags. Then from there, we're going to want to get ourselves a weapon or a set of sigils. So we're going to go to upgrade components. We're going to go to weapon sigils, and we're going to type in Bloodlust. And what these are is a minor sigil of Bloodlust. This is gain a charge of +2 power each time you kill a foe. 5 charges if you kill an enemy player, max stacks 25. Essentially, what you're going to do with this is you're going to buy the basic one. Most likely, you can buy some of the other ones if you want, but this one can be applied level 1 to start, right? And there is gear in Guild Wars 2 you can buy that scales with you. It's called Bloodbound gear, I think, but that's later on in the game. So you can buy those with provisioner tokens at some point. I don't have any myself, so this is the tactic I used to use long time ago. Buy not a stack, buy like maybe 10 of these and replace your weapon as you level up, putting the Bloodlust sigils in place. Reason being is we're going to be killing every single enemy possible. The fastest way to level is to pick a ranged weapon, whatever your character has access to ranged weapon wise. So ranger, obviously longbow. Warrior, longbow, rifle. Guardian, scepter, I think. Mesmer, greatsword. You know, just pick the long range weapon, stick to that. That'll be more notable later on in the guide when I explain how we actually level. So we buy a bunch of Bloodlust, then we buy ourselves food. I believe that's under here. We go to utility effects. We grab ourselves sharpening stones, and we grab ourselves food. Click the level right here, and this will sort it by level. And you want to make sure you pick up the cheapest thing possible. For the reason being, I was about to point to it in real life like a fucking idiot. Reason being is you see that plus 10% experience from kills. That's the primary piece we're going for. We want to stack experience from kill multipliers. So we're going to grab ourselves rough sharpening stones. I mean, I guess I'll do it for showcase. Why not? I'll do one with you. I'll grab a rough sharpening stone just for you fellas. Then we'll go to the food effects. We'll go to level, and we'll make sure we grab one with experience from kills on here. If we see anything, there we go, cinnamon apple. This is going to give us 10% experience from kills. Obviously, you can buy better food as you level up more. This is just for showcase purposes. So now we have ourselves 20% experience from kills, which is always nice. And then the Bloodlust sigil. I will go and buy one for you fellas. Minor sigil of Bloodlust, buy one of them. And that is most of my preliminaries done. That is what I would buy a large amount of to start a fresh character. Then I would obviously buy myself a backpack straps so I can put on a back piece and transmog it. But then what we're gonna do is head to my bank. which we're gonna head all the way up here. Head to my storage, and there's a couple of things that if you have, you should grab. For example, the birthday booster, which is going to give you 100% boost to magic find, experience from kills, world versus world rank, and gold from kills. Obviously, experience from kills is what we're aiming for here. I have one of these running right now because they last 24 hours. So I would highly suggest just leaving one of these running 90% of the time if you have them. I have a shit ton available from various characters and whatnot. So if you have one of those, use those. Experience boosters, item boosters, those sorts of things, you can use those too. The candy corn gobbler you can also use if you're a little bit more advanced, you played a little bit longer. There's a video on the channel for candy corn gobbler as well. That was from back at Halloween sort of stuff. But I would grab those if you have those available to you. Otherwise, thank you, Eva, very much for the Twitch follow. I appreciate you, as I am also streaming at the moment over on Twitch TV/Wolfian. Then we're going to run over to our trading post. We're going to pick up our gear here. Pick up our little stuff here. Perfect. We're going to go slot our bloodlust into our bow. And we'll put it in there. So I would do that on every bow that I come across whilst leveling, keeping a stack of, 25 on me. And then we're going to go outside to the basics of Shaymore. And this will work for any map, at any point, in Guild Wars 2. You can level 1 to 80, any map you want. Reason being is you're going to run around and you're going to kill the mobs that people don't normally kill. So, my suggestion for speed leveling is kind of entirely ignore the story. You can do it if you want, it's good XP, but the fastest way to actually level is to get bonus experience. So if we come over here, for example, a place no one wanders, just over here, and we see these golden moas up here, right? Nobody has killed these things since 1984. Like, these things have been through Vietnam, and they've watched it all just very casually. Like, look at that. Look at this thing's face. Like, he's seen some shit, you can just tell. And we're gonna trigger his Vietnam flashbacks for a second here. So we're gonna kill this bastard. You'll see 128 bonus experience, 58 normal experience. Reason being is because bonus experience, you get more experience the longer the enemy's been alive for. So, if we now put all of these pieces together, right? Our sharpening stone, 10% experience from kills. The food that I bought, wherever the hell it is, there you go, the cinnamon apple, 10% experience from kills. We have the increased 100% bonus to experience from kills with the celebration booster. And then we have the bloodlust, so your attacks deal extra damage. The bloodlust stacks you will lose if you go down, but you won't lose them if you switch weapons. That's another cool feature. Is you can also, if you want to be even more optimal, you can put bloodlust on a secondary bow. So you put like a secondary bow here, bloodlust, use that, get it to 25, and then switch back to a primary bow with air and flame sigils in it for crit damage and, full damage potential, and then you use those. Now, what we're also going to combine to make things even quicker is my Raptor. This is the mount you get from Path of Fire, and apparently you're given it for free when you start playing the free-to-play account. It's the first time for me coming back to Guild Wars 2 in a very long time, so I sort of kind of got to hash these things out piece by piece. But this fella is very effective at grouping enemies for you with its sort of mount disengage attack. You'll see it does this tail spin. That tail spin will pull in anything around you. So, of course, if we're looking for large groups of things, like if I were to teleport out here, for example, there are large groups of cows or harpies or what have you. And there are groups that have not been killed by people in forever, like, the bull and the cows over here. So we jump in the middle, pull them all together, put my AoEs down, and, well, this one has actually been killed, so you don't get much bonus experience there. But you kind of see what I mean. A lot of people have caught on to this tactic nowadays, but it's going to depend what map you go into. If you're in a map with not a lot of people, then you're going to get better results. or areas over here like these worm hatchlings. Some of these, mostly yellow mobs that don't attack people by default, haven't been killed for a very long time. So you'll get very good bonus experience off of them. See, 167 bonus experience there. So most of the time, the sort of big packs like that of yellow mobs aren't picked up. A lot of people are starting to slowly catch on to it, but any maps with low amounts of people are actually the places you want to stay, because when you have very few people in your lobby, there'll be the pop-up that says, you know, map's gonna close soon. That means things aren't dying, right? That means things are racking up bonus experience because they're lasting longer. So if you get in one of those maps, then you want to make sure you run around and kill all of the, you know, yellow enemies or whatever red enemies you come by or what have you. Because this wasp, for example, say, should probably give me another 100 bonus experience. And there you go. So certain places, like, what does it say in Queensdale? There's the farm over here. This one normally has a bunch of plains as well. I'm just sort of showing a couple of showcase pieces, right? The plains worms. This is less so because people are obviously killing these. But these types of things will give you bonus experience as well. Bonus experience, 153. And just with the longbow, as you're running along, right? This is how I leveled my first character, with my longbow. I was playing a longbow ranger, and I'm just running along, plinking at things, you know, stacking my damage bonus with bloodlust. Just slowly but surely, running my way along. You know, group everything here. Group it all, what have you. Just constant, constant stream of experience coming in, just because of the fact you have a long range advantage, right? Just running through the field, taking this fella out, taking this fella out, like, this is all you gotta do. Just kill him from distance, especially with longbow at, what, 12 or 1300 range that this thing has. But do that through pretty much any map. You can explore whatever, wherever, whenever. And that will probably be one of the fastest ways to level, aside from following a commander in Edge of the Mist. This also gives you world completion, lets you see the world. You can do it whilst doing your main story and incorporate it into pretty much everything, I'll be honest with you. But that is the tactic I used to level pretty much all my characters before I got Tomes of Knowledge and could just boost them all the way. Also, when you buy expansions, you'll get a free level 80 boost. I'd suggest, honestly, not to use it and to experience the game, but, you know, each to their own, and do your own thing and enjoy your time in Guild Wars 2. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Take care.